Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry for the technical issues. We seem to be facing a lot of those. We'll get them fixed as soon as possible. Meanwhile, we'll get to the meat of the meeting that we are having today. I hope everybody can see my screen.
Right.
Okay. So I am going to be spending 45 to 50 minutes with you. I'm going to be using both Hindi and English. And if anybody has their mics on, I would request you to put it on mute. If there are any questions, please put them in the chat. And at the end, we'll have as much time as you need to answer the questions. So, right. So, as Naman has already said, I'm Assistant DGFT Maitreyi Naidu. I'm posted at RA Ahmedabad. And as part of our Niryat Bandhu program and currently under our District Export Hub initiative, we have been conducting meetings where we speak both to new and established exporters. The focus is different. Last time as well, we had done a program Plex Council के साथ ही हमने किया था जिसमें we did the same thing. We addressed new and potential exporters who had some questions about technical things, who were worried about things that they did not know. So we will address some of those today. I will also give you some basic understanding of what DGFT is, what DGFT does, what is its role in foreign trade policy, and then the new system that participant had just been speaking about. We will discuss that as well. Our new online system. I'll give you a small demo of what all we are trying to do there, and then just give you a very brief introduction to the District Export Hub initiative and what it seeks to do in the near future. So, right. So what are the objectives of the program today? Oh, so I'm sorry. What are the objectives of the new initiatives that are being taken by DGFT, both under the policy as well as initiatives in terms of hand-holding and guidance? The objective is to increase transparency, increase objectivity, digitization and predictability. Which means अगर आप कोई भी काम DGFT से करवाने आते हैं तो आपको at least some semblance होना चाहिए कि इतने time में आपका काम हो जाएगा. Now, we will go through how these objectives are being fulfilled through the new initiatives of DGFT as well. But before we start, I would like to touch on the very basics. So what is export and import? Now, I have been told कि कुछ आप में से exporters हैं, कुछ IC holders हैं, but some of you are manufacturers, MSMEs, जिनको उतना idea नहीं है. Of course, you all know what export and import is. The basic formula is you're supplying outside the country or you're taking supplies from outside the country, you're earning foreign exchange or you're paying in foreign exchange. These are of course the broad contours. इसमें भी काफी सारे variations है, बहुत सारे exceptions है to what constitutes export, what constitutes import, but this is the basic understanding. So why is it important? You can always say कि business तो हम कर रहे हैं, हम profit कमा रहे हैं, इसमें government का क्या role है? It is important, number one, because growth and employment generation are given an impetus by export growth. ये बहुत clearly understood है कि जहाँ पे export growth होता है, वहाँ पे employment generation होता है, वहाँ पे economic growth होता है. In addition, one of the key things that we focused a lot earlier and which has again come into focus in recent times is foreign exchange. So we used to talk about deficit kitna chal raha hai ya surplus chal raha hai, what is its impact on our domestic currency, what are the exchange ratios. So this was one of the major areas where the government itself was concerned. But now the concern has broadened in terms of overall impact of export and import on the economy. Now, one of the concomitants of this, जो आपने recently देखा होगा, जो आत्मनिर्भर भारत का the idea that has come about, that has been propagated, that is now being transformed into policies, is to reduce our dependence on other countries where possible and to increase our presence, to increase our strength vis-a-vis other countries. So this is the role that export and import can play in this process. ये तो गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से हो गया, ये नेशनल इंटरेस्ट हो गया. बट व्हाई शुड यू एज एन इंडिविजुअल, एज एन एंटरप्राइज, व्हाई शुड यू एक्सपोर्ट? नाउ फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, टू बिकम अ बिग बिजनेस, अगर आप अपना स्केल बढ़ाना चाहते हैं, So it is imperative that you consider not just the domestic market, but outside the market as well. Secondly, to maximize profits. Third, and what I think is very critical, is to diversify risk. अगर आप किसी भी एक मार्केट में कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड है तो आपके रिस्क बढ़ जाते हैं. अगर उस एक मार्केट में कोई भी डिसरप्शन होता है, then it is going to have a direct impact on a significant portion of your earnings. So the idea is to diversify. Now, diversification, because India is a vast country, you can also diversify in markets within India. At the same time, you must also consider if you can diversify outside, because the scale is larger, because the variety is larger. Again, if you want to gain a niche position in the market, अगर आप कोई ऐसा प्रोडक्ट बना रहे हैं जिसके लिए हो सकता है इंडिया में ज्यादा डिमांड ना हो, या जिसके लिए एक बहुत स्पेसिफिक कंट्री में डिमांड हो, तो it is important that you should consider export markets for that process as well. Now, it is very easy for me to sit here and say कि आपको export करना चाहिए, but there are some hindrances to that as well. And as part of the government organization, we recognize those hindrances and we try to provide you resources so that you can overcome those. Now, the first hindrance is small business lack of scale. If you have smaller scale, it is difficult to produce the quantities which will generate revenues, जब आप especially जब आप cost include करते हैं बाहर export करने का. But this is not always the case. There are various means through which you can reduce cost, both through incentives that are offered as well as through innovative measures, like you can create conglomerates, you can create organizations and associations through which if you work, you will increase your scale and reduce your costs. The other thing is finance and insurance. So for export, the financing process is different. Sometimes we hear that हमारे यहाँ पे interest rate ज़्यादा है, Western countries में interest rate कम है, so finance is more difficult for us, we are not as competitive. There are some measures through which you can deal with that as well. Insurance, because you face more risks while you are exporting, it is important that you understand the various parameters of insurance and how you can cover those risks in the short and long term. And political and economic uncertainty. While domestic markets are also subject to some of this uncertainty, the uncertainty increases when you move outside your domestic market. So it is important that you consider those factors as well. Then logistics and infrastructure. Now, if you have been up with the news recently, you would have heard that there is some container shortage due to which we are not able to export at a reasonable cost. So these issues also come up sometimes. But I would say, being in Gujarat, you have certain advantage. The logistics here is good, the infrastructure is good. So it is up to you to take advantage of the benefits that are being offered. And lack of information about dynamic markets and buyers. We are very often asked कि आप हमें buyer का कुछ information दीजिए, हमें buyer का कुछ बताइए. That is one end where DGFT cannot be of as much help. That is the end where you as a business need to do your own research, where your export promotion councils, where your associations come in. So, but it is important to know what the buyer is seeking. अगर आप domestic market के हिसाब से ही produce करेंगे तो आप सिर्फ जो आपका surplus है वही sell कर रहे हैं, and वो surplus हो सकता है वहाँ पे consume हो रहा हो सकता है नहीं हो रहा हो. So it is important to learn about the market to which you are exporting. Then technical knowledge of laws, policies and contract. Some similar knowledge will be required for domestic business as well, but when it comes to the international arena, आपको customs act के बारे में पता होना चाहिए, आपको जो foreign trade का act है उसके बारे में पता होना चाहिए, जो policies है वो पता होनी चाहिए. So these are some technical things. So today, obviously in 45-50 minutes I can't give you all the knowledge that you need, but मैं आपको कुछ resources देना चाहती हूँ जिसको आप आराम से consult करें, उसमें आप थोड़ा सा टाइम स्पेंड करें तो आप ये सब क्वेश्चंस आप आंसर कर सकते हैं अपने लिए. And the final thing is dealing with government agencies. There are various bodies and agencies which are involved in this process, and there is this misapprehension कि हमें ज्यादा government agencies से deal करना पड़ेगा तो काम मुश्किल होगा. We are making a definite endeavor to reduce the level of personal interaction that you need to have, especially at DGFT. हम तो यही चाहते हैं that you don't feel the need to come here at all. आपका काम सारा हम ऑनलाइन कर सके to the extent possible. So we are trying to the focus on ease of doing business has increased rapidly, and that is what we will try to address in the near future as well. Right. Let's start with the very basics. What do you need to become an exporter? सबसे बेसिक चीज है आपको आईसी चाहिए. अगर आप कमर्शियल एक्सपोर्ट या कमर्शियल इंपोर्ट करना चाहते हैं, यू विल नीड एन इम्पोर्टर एक्सपोर्टर कोड. वेयर डू यू गेट इट फ्रॉम? You get it from DGFT. So when I show you the website, the new website, I will show you as well what all services are offered, how you can get an IEC. उसी में आपको अलग अलग हेल्प डॉक्यूमेंट्स मिल जाएंगे जिसके थ्रू आप देख सकते हैं क्या क्या डॉक्यूमेंट्स जरूरी है. बट this is one of the simplest processes. So you can be a company, a sole proprietorship, an HUF or an LLP. You just need a PAN, and abhi aapka PAN hi aapka IEC banta hai. You get the same number. So you need to submit some additional documents and you can get your IEC. One of the other documents is RCMC. Now, RCMC is not compulsory for you just for exporting, importing. But if you want to take certain benefits from the government, you need an RCMC. It is a registration cum membership certificate that will be issued to you by your Export Promotion Council. Now, आपको PPT अगर दिख रहा है तो नीचे you will see certain YouTube links. So this is linked to the YouTube channel of DGFT. We will share the PPTs as well with you, and आप अपने टाइम से आराम से खोलिए, या फिर आप DGFT यूट्यूब में टाइप करेंगे तो भी आपको चैनल मिल जाएगा, एंड आपको विस्तार से अच्छे से उसमें बताया जाएगा कि व्हाट ऑल प्रोसेसेस यू नीड टू डू. राइट, सो दिस इज समवॉट टेक्निकल थिंग्स. जो चीजें अगर आप सिर्फ डोमेस्टिक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग या प्रोसेसिंग कर रहे हैं तो शायद आपको आइडिया ना हो. इनको टर्म्स ऐसी चीज है जिसके थ्रू आप म्यूचुअल ऑब्लिगेशंस डिसाइड करते हैं बायर और सेलर का. अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स जब आप डोमेस्टिक बिजनेस कर रहे होते हैं तो आप कह देते हैं अच्छा मैं यहाँ पहुंचा दूंगा तो दिस विल बी डन, एंड जो मुंह जुबानी की बात होती है आप वैसे बिजनेस कर लेते हैं. यू वर्क थ्रू वर्ड ऑफ माउथ, एंड while that is very useful in international arena, it can lead to uncertainty. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल क्योंकि हो सकता है आपका लैंग्वेज सिमिलर नहीं हो. सेकेंडली आपके लॉज एंड रूल्स सिमिलर नहीं है. So a little bit of standardization has been brought about to avoid confusion, to clear the different responsibilities that both parties will have, जिसको इनको टर्म्स कहते हैं. इनको टर्म्स में अलग अलग टाइप के टर्म होते हैं. आप कोई एक टर्म पिक कीजिए और जब आप इनवॉइस बना रहे हैं या कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बना रहे हैं उसमें ये टर्म डालिए, तो आपको पता चलेगा कि अगर आप एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं आपको गुड्स कहाँ तक पहुंचाने हैं, आपके रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी क्या है. हो सकता है आप उनको हमारे पोर्ट पे दे रहे हो या उनके पोर्ट पे दे रहे हो या आप उनको डिलीवर करके दे रहे हो. सो दीज आर द डिफरेंट टर्म्स. अगेन द यूट्यूब वीडियोस आर लिंक्ड जिसमें अलग अलग टर्म्स का एक्सप्लेनेशन दिया है. टू ऑफ द टर्म्स आर FOB एंड CIF, जो DGFT के काम में अगर आपने सुना है तो ज्यादा सुना होगा. सो दीज आर जब हम एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं तो हम उसका वैल्यू FOB बेसिस पे लेते हैं, जब इम्पोर्ट करते हैं तो उसमें हम लोग CIF बेसिस पे लेते हैं. सो दीज आर टेक्निकल थिंग्स which if you do wish to export and import you should pay attention to. The other thing is payment terms. अगर आप अपना एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं अपना मटेरियल, आपको पेमेंट पहले मिल रहा है, एडवांस में मिल रहा है तो कोई दिक्कत ही नहीं है. बट अगर आपको डॉक्यूमेंट सबमिट देने के बाद पेमेंट मिल रहा है तो उसके टर्म्स अलग होते हैं. सो दीज आर डिफरेंट टर्म्स, and unless you know the payment terms you will not be clear कि आपका actual जो negotiate हुआ है वो किस basis पे negotiate हुआ है, and आपको कितने time में आपका payment मिलेगा, बैंक का क्या उसमें responsibility है. So these are some of the other things that you need to learn about. Right. So exporting and importing, more than the exchange of goods, more than the exchange of foreign exchange, it is about documents. So according to the foreign trade policy there are 3 mandatory documents. अगर आपके पास ये document है that means आपने export कर दिया है. These are bill of lading, commercial invoice cum packing list and shipping bill. If you have these 3 things you can say that you have sent material for export. But these are often not sufficient for various other purposes. There are other documents also which you need to know about. जैसे अगर हो सकता है आपके प्रोडक्ट पे कोई मैंडेटरी इंस्पेक्शन रिक्वायरमेंट हो तो आपको इंस्पेक्शन का सर्टिफिकेट लेना पड़े. हो सकता है आपका बायर ही बोल दे कि मुझे ये उसका स्टैंडर्ड्स का डॉक्यूमेंट चाहिए, हो सकता है आपकी बाइंग कंट्री में जो है, इंपोर्टिंग कंट्री है, वहां पे कोई रिक्वायरमेंट्स हो. सो यू हैव सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ इंस्पेक्शन और क्वालिटी कंट्रोल. देन यू हैव सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ इंश्योरेंस. जैसा कि मैंने कहा रिस्क ज्यादा है, तो अगर आप इंश्योरेंस करा रहे हैं तो उसका सर्टिफिकेट होगा. सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ ओरिजिन, दिस इज अगेन ऑफ वेरियस टाइप्स. एक सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ ओरिजिन जस्ट टू प्रूव कि कहाँ से आ रहा है मटेरियल. सेकेंड थिंग इज जब आप फ्री ट्रेड अग्रीमेंट के अंदर एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, तो उस टाइम पे वो जो लोअर्ड कस्टम ड्यूटी होती है उसका बेनिफिट लेने के लिए भी आपको दिखाना होता है कि ये यहाँ प्रोड्यूस हुआ है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर इंडिया साउथ कोरिया के बीच में है अग्रीमेंट, तो अगर आप इंडिया से भेज रहे हैं तो आपको हो सकता है थोड़ा कंसेशनल ड्यूटी पे आपको वहां पे इम्पोर्ट करने को मिले. सो देयर यू नीड टू बी एबल टू प्रूव कि आपने यहाँ से ही भेजा है, ना कि आपने किसी और कंट्री से डाइवर्ट करके भेजा है. So certificate of origin is useful for that. Similarly, there are various other documents, shipment advice and etc. These you will all, if you go through the videos, you will realize where are the different places where these become relevant. Then you have your bank realization certificate. A bank realization certificate is proof that against this shipping bill or this bill of export, आपका इतना पैसा foreign exchange. This is when your transaction is complete. With your realization is also time limited, so your realization has to come according to RBI guidelines within specified time through formal banking channels. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप गए और आप अपने पॉकेट में पैसे लेकर आए. You cannot do that. So BRC is very important as well. अगर आप कुछ benefits भी लेना चाहते हैं तो आपको BRC दिखाना पड़ेगा कि हमने इतना एक्सपोर्ट किया है. So these are the different documents. The various organizations involved. So these include international as well as domestic organizations. International organizations है जैसे WTO and WCO, से आपका कोई डायरेक्ट लेना देना नहीं है, बट ओवर द लॉन्ग टर्म जब पॉलिसी जो चेंज होती है वो उनके गाइडलाइंस के बेसिस पे ही चेंज होती है. देन यू हैव हमारे यहाँ पे जो गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस है, आपका कस्टम्स एंड जीएसटी हो गया. कस्टम्स फॉर योर क्लियरेंस वेरी क्रिटिकल. सो इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट दैट यू रीड द you read the Customs Act very thoroughly, so you understand what the various obligations on your part are, what your various rights are. Similarly, DGFT, like I said, it creates policy, so that is also there. Then you have different organizations like banks and banks which will provide you financing, and insurance agencies which will provide you insurance. You have your export promotion councils and various commodity boards which will provide hand holding and guidance, both in terms of आपको यहाँ पे क्या क्या compliances करनी है and in terms of आप market कैसे access कर सकते हैं. You have RBI which creates the guidelines for payment. तो अगर आपका पेमेंट आ रहा है तो उसके क्या प्रोसीजर्स हैं, ये सब RBI के लिए है. Then you have your relevant ministries. अगर for example आप I know this is Plex Council का, but the example I normally give is textile का. अगर आप करें तो textile ministry is relevant. So this is the various ministries are also relevant. Then you have your inspection agencies. We have already talked about certificate of inspection. So these are some of the organizations involved. So this is the first part of my presentation today. In terms of the basics of export and import, the one thing I think I did not cover is HSN code. So HSN code, because you are supplying goods internationally, there was a need was felt for a standardized system of identifying these goods. So at the international level WCO ने एक 6-digit का code system create किया है. तो हर item आपका इन 6 digits में fit हो सकता है. उसमें अलग अलग कंट्रीज ने फिर अलग अलग लेवल पे किए. जैसे हमारा जो है उन्हीं 6 डिजिट्स के बाद हमने 2 और डिजिट ऐड किए हैं. हमारा 8 डिजिट कोड बनता है ITCHS कोड, एंड उसी के बेसिस पे आपका एक्सपोर्ट इंपोर्ट पॉलिसी बनता है, वेदर यू कैन एक्सपोर्ट इट फ्रीली और इट इज रिस्ट्रिक्टेड और यू नीड सर्टेन डॉक्यूमेंट्स. ऑल दैट इज डिटरमाइंड एट द 8 डिजिट लेवल. सिमिलरली योर टैरिफ, आपका एक्सपोर्ट ड्यूटी क्या है, इंपोर्ट ड्यूटी क्या है, ये भी 8 डिजिट पे डिटरमाइन होता है. So this is one more thing that again I think the slide is there, you can take a look at the video as well. So this is the first part of my PPT. The second part is DGFT and foreign trade policy. So the Directorate General of Foreign Trade, what does it do, what is its role? पहले ये होता था Office of Export and Import Controller. So the control aspect has now gone away. Now what we do is regulate and facilitate. So the idea is that regulation में we lay down the policies, we lay down the procedures through which you can export and import, and through which you can take certain benefits as well. And through the facilitation part, we give those benefits, and we also do hand holding. So regulation में आपका foreign trade policy बनता है. Foreign trade policy, right. So currently the foreign trade policy of 2015-20 is in effect. It has been extended. Recently आपने notification देखा होगा, extend हुआ है till September. So this foreign trade policy is revised every 5 years and a new policy comes. अभी मैं आपको policy in depth नहीं बताऊंगी because we are in that flux position. The current policy only is being extended. We don't yet have the new policy. So, but you can go onto the website. The website is linked as well on this slide. आप website पे सारे हमारे जो regulatory documents हैं वो देख सकते हैं. ये सिर्फ benefit लेने के लिए नहीं है. Any kind of commercial export or import that you wish to do, you need to be compliant with the foreign trade policy. And उस policy को समझने के लिए आपको साथ साथ handbook of procedures भी देखना पड़ेगा. So any documents that you need to submit, any benefits that you need to take, you need to apply in terms of the handbook of procedures as well. Then you have the different appendices and the Ayat Niryat forms. These are the different documents that are related to DGFT. So अगर आप हमसे कोई communication करना चाहते हैं, you can do it through the Ayat Niryat forms. These are basically the forms you fill up for making any application. Then you have SION. I will explain that later. And ITCHS classification we have already discussed. So right. So I will show you the new website. That way we can get a better understanding of the different schemes and the different processes that are involved. So meanwhile, if Naman, if there are any questions, we can start with those.
Participants, if you have any questions, you can put it in a chat box. Any basic question that comes up to your mind, you can ask during the presentation as of now. So this is basically for the learning purpose. So if you have any basic question, any kind of question that you would like to ask, so we have a right person in front of us. You can take maximum advantage of them.
So if we don't have anything,
Right.
अभी कुछ आया नहीं है, तो we will just go ahead with the website.
Sure.
So this is the new DGFT website. What is the difference between the new website and the old website? The old website was a one-way communication. So we would give you information कि आप ये करें या ये करें या ये करें. Now it is a two-way street. So basically it is interactive website now. इसमें सबसे पहले तो आप create a new user करके यहाँ पे register कीजिए and create your login ID. Then you will be able to get access to the various services that are being provided by DGFT. So what are the different services? Now, these are the various schemes and services that are being provided. I would discuss two of these. One is advance authorization and one is EPCG. Advance authorization में क्या है, अगर आप export कर रहे हैं and उसके लिए आपको कोई रॉ मटेरियल इंपोर्ट करना है, तो वो आप कर सकते हैं बिना ड्यूटी पे किए थ्रू द स्कीम. सो द आइडिया इज दैट आप जो अभी मैंने डिस्कस किया था सायोन, स्टैंडर्ड इनपुट आउटपुट नॉर्म्स. सो फॉर सर्टेन प्रोडक्ट्स दीज नॉर्म्स आर ऑलरेडी फिक्स्ड कि इफ यू वांट टू एक्सपोर्ट x kg ऑफ सम मटेरियल, तो आप उसके लिए y kg ये रॉ मटेरियल मंगवा सकते हैं. तो उस बेसिस पे आप एक्सपोर्ट कीजिए, वो जो आपका 15% का वैल्यू एडिशन कंपलसरी होता है वो कीजिए, and then you export the quantity that has been indicated. So you will complete your export obligation, and you for this जब आप authorization दिखाते हैं तो आप बिना import duty pay किए आप raw material ले सकते हैं. So this is advance authorization. इसमें भी अलग अलग type है, अलग अलग services हैं. The other scheme is EPCG. EPCG है for import of capital goods. So अगर आप कोई मशीनरी वगैरह मंगवाना चाहते हैं आपके फैक्ट्रीज के लिए, तो you can import the machinery without paying duty, provided that you fulfill the export obligation, which is 6 times जो भी आपने ड्यूटी सेव किया उसका 6 टाइम आप 6 साल में कंप्लीट कर दीजिए. So this is the basic principle. You import without paying duty, you fulfill the export obligation, and you get your export obligation discharge certificate. So as you can see, ये अलग अलग एप्लीकेशन करने के लिए भी यहाँ पे प्रोसेसेस है। नाउ मैं इस पे क्लिक करूंगी तो कुछ आएगा नहीं, क्योंकि यू आर सपोज टू हैव यू आर सपोज टू बी अ रजिस्टर्ड यूजर। रजिस्टर करने के बाद आप आईसी लेके, अगर आपका ऑलरेडी आईसी है तो आप उसको लिंक कीजिए, या फिर अगर आपको नया आईसी चाहिए तो आप लेके देन यू कैन स्टार्ट अप्लाइंग फॉर दीज। सो दीज आर करंटली इन प्लेस टिल सितंबर। उसके बाद some of the aspects may or may not change depending on whatever is in the new policy. So these are two of the services that are being provided. उसके अलावा आप यहाँ पे देखेंगे बहुत सारे हैं. So I won't go into detail about TMA because it is addressed mostly to agricultural products. But that is if you do export agricultural products, that is something that you can also see. So these are this is the layout of the new website. इसमें this is the interactive chatbot. So she's Vahe. You can ask questions अगर आपको कोई डाउट्स, कोई क्वेश्चंस है. अगर आपको चैटबॉट से बात नहीं करनी है, आपको एक्चुअल डायरेक्ट एक्सेस करना है, तो अगेन यू डोंट नीड टू कम टू द DGFT ऑफिस. आप इसी के थ्रू लॉग इन करने के बाद आप इसमें कंप्लेंट रेज कर सकते हैं, सर्विस रिक्वेस्ट रेज कर सकते हैं, एंड यू कैन सेंड इट टू अस. So we will be looking at whatever requests you send, we will be responding to those. The idea is that to the extent possible, our communication is to be digitized, so that your necessity, especially during these times, to travel to the DGFT office is reduced. So we want to make the process, the technical aspects of exporting and importing as convenient for you as possible. So these are some of the things that I wanted to share with you. Basics jo hai. I will just now take another 5-10 minutes and discuss the District Export Hub initiative with you. Right. So District Export Hub Initiative, what is it? How did it originate? The vision of the scheme was articulated by the Honorable Prime Minister. उन्होंने 2019 में जब इंडिपेंडेंस डे का स्पीच दिया था, तो उस टाइम पे उन्होंने कहा था भारत में हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में कोई ऐसा ना ऐसा प्रोडक्ट है जिसको हम एक्सपोर्ट हब बना सकते हैं, जिसके बेसिस पे. So that is the vision. Based around which we have taken certain initiatives. The emphasis on this plan has increased in recent time in view कि अगर इकोनॉमी पे थोड़ा बहुत इम्पैक्ट पड़ता है कोरोना का, तो उसके काउंटर करने के लिए we definitely need to push exports from the ground up. So what is the idea? Idea इसके पहले जो export policy बनती थी वो central level पे बनती थी. Even today, a lot of the export initiatives, export policies are created at the level of the central government. What we want to do now, the change that we want to bring about is include not just the state, but the district as well in the process. उससे क्या होगा, जो policies की आपको जरूरत है, वो policies हम ला सकेंगे. जो छोटे छोटे measures जिनकी आपको जरूरत है, जो wide policy में कभी कभी गुम हो जाते हैं, उनको हम address कर सकते हैं. So the plan of action is to create district export plans and committees. So in the state of Gujarat, DEPCs have been notified for all districts. सब में पहला मीटिंग हो चुका है, उसमें जो डिफरेंट स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं, रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स हैं, सबको हमने बुलाया है. दिस इज अंडर द चेयरमैनशिप ऑफ द डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर ऑफ योर डिस्ट्रिक्ट एंड को चेयरपर्सनशिप ऑफ द DGFT ऑफिस से जो भी रिप्रेजेंटेटिव है, एंड द कन्वीनर इज DIC. So GMDIC is the convener. We have conducted the meetings. We have received a lot of feedback about identifying specific products जिनको हम प्रमोट कर सकते हैं. So अहमदाबाद के लिए one of the products that has been identified in view of the importance that it has in the district is plastics. So again we had representation from Plex Council as well. Both in Ahmedabad and Gandhinagar, Plex Council has played a role. So अभी अहमदाबाद में जो डिफरेंट प्रोडक्ट्स आइडेंटिफाई हुए हैं, उनको प्रमोट करने के लिए स्पेसिफिक हमने डिस्ट्रिक्ट एक्सपोर्ट प्लान बनाया है. वो प्लान भी शेयर किया है, एंड वो टाइम बाउंड है कि हमें इतने महीने में ये एक्शंस करनी है. सो वी आर टेकिंग दोज अप स्लोली, एंड वी आर ट्राइंग टू मेक श्योर दैट programs which will benefit new exporters the most are taken into consideration. So this is constantly being monitored, and the idea is that across the entire country we should create greater synergy in terms of export promotion through this. So as you can see, these are the different sectors that have been identified for the districts. This is the structure of the district export promotion committee. In fact, a lot of these members should also be part of programs like this, because वो आपको ये knowledge information provide कर सकते हैं. So these are the different members. अगर आपको लगता है कि आपके कोई representatives हैं who should also be part, तो आप हमें mail करके बताइए. We will include them as well in the next meetings. So these are the different activities that we are taking up under the District Export Hub initiative. First of all, we are trying to compile data कि करंट एक्सपोर्टर्स कौन है, पोटेंशियल एक्सपोर्टर्स कौन है. करंट एक्सपोर्टर्स कौन है उसका डेटा हमारे पास रहता ही है. जो पोटेंशियल एक्सपोर्टर्स है उसका डेटा इज समथिंग दैट वी आर ट्राइंग टू put together by working with the state governments and by working with the district administration, so that we can create a complete database. People who can be supported to improve exports from the country. And we also created the district export action plans. हर जो action plan है, action point है, उसके लिए we are trying to create groups which can monitor the action plan and which can put it into implementation. We are conducting various training programs. जैसे कि ये है, वैसे ही हम थोड़े से और intensive और in-depth training programs करना चाहते हैं, जिसमें आपके sector specifically आपको training provide की जाए. All the issues which we are trying to we come the issues so that there is communication between the different agencies. So all the details about this are being updated on the online the website of District Export Hub, and the ranking system is again something that we are trying to come up with to create a competitive spirit in this. So the various measures under to create the district export plan is this. We've already done a lot of the surveys to find out what the initiatives are which are required. I will not go into detail about what all measures have been suggested, because अभी आप export शुरू कर रहे हैं, तो ये आपको directly immediately आपके लिए उतना beneficial नहीं है. I would suggest जो how to export वाला portion है उस पे your focus should be more. But I will share this as well with you, and we welcome any suggestions, any guidance that you can give us in terms of what is required, so that we can create the best plan that will be the most useful for you. Right, so this is the plan. I'm not going to go into depth on this. We hope that through this District Export Hub initiative and through communication with us as well, आप हमें direct mail कर सकते हैं, आप हमें contact कर सकते हैं through the DGFT website. You play a critical role in this process. हम आपको सिर्फ ये बता सकते हैं कि आप करना आपको है. The benefits of export, the difficulties as well are to be faced by you. We hope to give you as much support as possible in this endeavor. Thank you.
Okay, can we have Muthurat sir as well? So we can have an address from him as well.
Right, I will just go and check.
Dear participants, just want to add on that District Export Promotion Hub. Council is taking active participation for various districts. So if you have any suggestions, recommendations that need to be included in your particular district, you can send those suggestions or inputs to us. We'll communicate to the committee. So we are working on it already. We have already shared district export plan of Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar, Panchmahal district, which is already prepared and shared among the members. So if you have any inputs for that plan, you can get in touch with us. We are ready to help and extend support. So we will like you can mention any issues that is being faced at the district level. So already we have a state level and national level representation is there. But if anything's come up with your mind that need to be taken care at the district level, you can please suggest us, recommend us, and also share your inputs with that. Also, if you have any more questions, you can put it in a chat box. Now we'll take up various questions.
Now, Naman, I just add you to a few things, additional things for the new members, for the new people, those who wants to export.
Naman, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yeah, for those people who wants to export from the Plus Council side, we'll have an handholding systems measures which in place. We'll provide you the market intelligence. We'll give you that product. If you provide us the HSN code, what you wanted to export, we'll give you the market intelligence about that. We'll support in that sphere as well. So other procedure also we can help you out. Please get in touch with our Naman in our Delhi, our regional office there, our Ahmedabad office. So you will able to help you out to get all the procedures in place. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Naman?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yes, fine. Acha, so here there are existing exporters as well.
Right.
Participants, there are existing exporters also.
Yes, sir. Existing exporters are
Okay,
also
fine.
here, sir.
Okay. I am sorry because there was some network problem in the beginning.
Right, sir.
So
So we
will I
cannot
claim
see your
just-
video, but we can hear you clearly.
Okay, that's what I have put it up. Otherwise, it may go up again. So
Okay, no problems.
after I have joined here, just I have met some of your office bearers through VC.
Right,
So
sir.
I am thankful to you for organizing the program. Actually, we were in the process of shifting the office to the new building. And the DJT has also notified wide notification number 52.
Right, sir. So
that's
we have circulated
definitely
among all the
settling-
members.
Yeah. So we are planning to organize a program once we settle down these new premises. So thanks to you and the association. So just I would like to make 2-3 quick points. In such a programs, please always involve officials from ECGC and the bank as well. So for the existing exporters, there may not be an issue, but for the new people, so they may like to know. So what are the schemes and how they can save the fluctuation or any default, whatever it is. Then coming to our office reorganization, we have totally reorganized our office. What in the last 3 months, what we have done is we have reorganized the issue as well as the monitoring of various authorization in the office. Now it is fully officer-oriented office. Officers will deal the applications for the issue as well as for and moments everything will be in place. So when I was having the first interaction, people were telling there is a lot of delay in the EO monitoring. Now we have attached to a great extent. Only maybe within 1 or 2 days, the entire office will be set up fully. So we will start.
Okay.
And then there is a trade notice issued on 30th regarding the closure of advance authorization. Now it will be fully online applications only. Whatever we have received earlier, we will process. And please see, if you have not seen anybody, please go through the trade notice number 49, dated 30th March. So we will be organizing a lot of program like our assistant DGFD was telling throughout the district in association with all the councils and the district industry center. Any other questions, anything, I would be happy to answer.
there are something in the chat box. Can you just read out and just some of the questions?
Right.
raised by some of the
Uh,
parents?
we have few questions here. One is, can we have some, we know that new policy in process. So if any guidance or basic outline of the same is available with us, madam, if you can share.
No, there
What you
is
are
nothing
asking?
yet. Sir, on the new policy, if we
The
have any
present
guidelines.
policy has been extended up
Right.
to September, and all the inputs for the new policy you people have already given.
Right, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shailesh bhai, you wanted to ask some question. If you can go
Yes,
ahead and
sir.
ask.
Yeah, thank you, Manbhai. Sir, one question is that from April 2020, no MEIS applications are accepted DGFT, and that is being held up for 1 year, and the amount is again piling and piling up, and exporters are facing liquidity crunch. Can you throw some light why, when the MEIS application, people can apply for that so that people can get the benefits?
After we get the budget, you will get to know. You will be the first person to know. So immediately you can apply. We are also like you.
Oh,
Okay, we have one question from Mr. Paramjit. Can we use advance authorization for domestic purpose as well? If yes, which tax will be saved?
Very well, they can always take our invitation, and all the duties are exempted.
Right. Sir, about one more question about RODTEP. When will be the rates will be released?
So I cannot tell you
same
anything
reply
officially,
will
but
be there from the sir, that we are also like you.
no, it's not like that. And the information we cannot say anything. It is also getting finalized.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
Mr. Somraj Nair, you have some problem as per the additional DGT office there in Ahmedabad. Can you just explain your problem, please? Probably sir will be able to help you out. Mr. Somraj Nair, please.
Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Nair, please go ahead.
Yes, one thing is, as per the notification, when we try to update the IEC in the system, we are not getting any OTP.
Yeah, please go ahead, sir. We can hear you.
Okay, so we are not getting any OTP to proceed further. Then the other point is, we have in the past we have got some licenses amended for issuing this release order, TRA and something. So whenever that is done, we get an amendment letter reducing the quantity and value. But in the system, it is not updated. So when we go to the customs to clear the import, so at that time we realize that it is not updated online, and we have to run back to your office to get this rectified.
All right. For the first issue about the OTP, I would request you to raise a service request if you're not getting the OTP. For the second thing, is it one license or has it happened in multiple licenses?
It has happened in multiple licenses, ma'am.
All right. So I would request you to send a mail to this
Yes.
office. Please raise a service request and then send a mail to this office. So we will also pursue it from our end. Because if
Yeah.
it has happened with multiple licenses, then it is something in the system that we need to fix. So we will pursue it from our end.
Okay, that I will do. Another thing is, ma'am, lot of these EODs are pending. That is a long pending issue.
As sir has
That's
said, we
what
have
I was.
reorganized the office. Yes,
Yeah.
sir, please go ahead.
That's what I was mentioning in my address. We have totally reorganized. So within 1 or 2 months, you will get to know. So all cases get
Somrat sir, your voice is breaking. We cannot hear you properly.
maximum.
No, it
If you
was
have
not me.
any-
Someone else was talking.
Anyone else is there? Anybody?
So we have a sir. Okay, we have a question from Kaizad. There some pointers are there. IEC updating on DGFT site is not working. Madam, can we have some
All right,
update about
Mr.
it?
Kaizad, please raise a service request and immediately drop the mail to me, because I
Sure.
have heard this, I've seen this on the chat, other people have also mentioned it. So
Right.
we will raise a service request from our end as well, and
enough.
pursue it from here.
Fair enough. I shall do that.
Few more pointers are there. Container shortage problem is there. Container DO cancellation charges from $10 to $20 applicable if you do not pick up the container. Vessel rollover charges $200 if the container is not connecting the vessel, even if it is due to the space problem. These charges should be waived off if the rollover is due to reason like lack of space, personal vessel schedule, or early gate closure, etc.
So right, this on our end, I'm not sure what we can do for this. I feel like this is something
Yeah.
that the
The
associations and
ministry
DPC
is
should
working
take
on
up.
that. Please inform us, send a mail
Yes,
to
sir.
us. We will take it up through the ministry.
Sure, I shall do that. This was just the generic questions that I put up, but I will email it to you so that it can be discreet. Thank you.
DGFT site on online application for new license or amendment is working not very smoothly. So I'm sure it's a technical problem and will be resolved very soon. Madam, am I right?
For new licenses, we are not facing any issues. If you have any specific problem, please do let us know. For fresh licenses and amendments, on our end, at least it is working very smoothly. And we have not seen too many problems from the exporters end as well. Please do let us know if there is a specific issue that you're facing.
We sure will. Thank you.
And one more problem is facing that DGFT has issue any amendment manually. It is not being updated online, due to which further process gets affected. We have to face either value mismatch or quantity mismatch message. It stops further process and run back to your office to get the problem resolved.
Right. So please do not take any manual amendments. Sometimes in the earlier days, at least we were seeing people would come, nahi aap manually kar dijiye so that we can get it fixed later. The container is here, the shipment is here. It will not be communicated to customs, and you will face that error message. So I request you to go through the customer portal itself and apply again and get the amendment done.
All right,
Okay.
got it. I'll keep a note of it. Thank you.
Right. We have one good question from new exporter. How to get a good customer? Any guidance from your side, madam?
Naman, that is your end. You should guide them.
Right.
No,
So
actually,
you
it's
can.
like you said.
Naman, I'll just answer.
In the beginning,
Yeah, okay. I think
in the beginning itself, it's a good question. See, that's what I wanted ECGC to come in. ECGC, there is a system because they have arrangement with all their counterpart all across the globe. when they verify anything, when they get to the inquiry, in the beginning itself, they should get into with the ECGC, so they will verify and let them know. Because we have saved a lot of exporters in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Yeah, they
Okay.
ask. Somebody also want to come in, please.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
It is
fact,
sir, you wanted to.
yeah, in fact, for the new exporter who wants to know the buyers, where they will get the buyers, first thing, let us know that what HS code, what product they want to export. Once that is communicated to Plus Council, we'll find out their, what is the potential country and try to get some buyers from them, potential buyers through the embassies or the trade chambers of commerce, that's country, those countries. So we'll try to help them out. But first we should know what is the HS code, what is the product they want to export. In fact, sir, ECGC never disclosed that, divulged their list of importers Indian that,
And they are also like you, business people. How can they will divulge?
Yeah.
It is for a fee.
That's right.
So any questions related to EPC, we are open and you can contact us anytime, any of our offices across the nation. So we'll be happy to help with respect to foreign buyers or maybe data related to particular HS code or product description. So we are ready to help you in that context. So any other new exporters want to ask something, please go ahead and ask and feel free to ask.
Hi, Naman. This is Rudrik here.
Right.
So, Naman, we just mentioned that once we have the clear idea about the product, and EPC can help to focus on the countries and all that. But what would be the right way to reach out to EPC once we have the list of the products? Would it be just reaching out to the chapter, the local chapter, and asking them for a meeting or data, or is there any official website for the registered members where we can pull out the list of the foreign buyers, or how what would be the right way to approach this?
Okay. So council has a dedicated board. Yes, sir, please
Just
go
a
ahead.
minute. Yeah. First thing that you just simply write a mail to Plus Council. First step. The second step is that we have a magazine, e-magazine. And every month, we usually, whatever trade inquiry you get it is completely free of cost. You can search in that e-magazine. You can also go to our website and find out. If you are a member, you can always log in and get the list. If you can find out the buyers, whether your buyers is there or not. Otherwise, you can write to us. We'll find out and give it back to you if it is not there. Only just write a mail to us. Even the local chapter you can write. We can help you out. That's not an issue.
Thank you, sir.
I would like to add something. In terms of means of contacting DGFT office, like I said, the email is there, contact DGFT is there. In addition, we do video conferences every single day. So if you want to talk, you can always put in a mail. So if you drop a mail before 3 o'clock today, we will give you a link for a meeting for tomorrow 12:30. And that way, if you have any pressing issues, you can always do the video conference. So this is a way to avoid meeting people physically in the current times. So please do take benefit of this.
That will be really helpful.
This is a wonderful initiative of the DGFT. Very helpful. Because we have been hearing a lot of problems in various offices, government offices, but this type of efforts is really very nice and welcoming.
Okay. Ma'am, we have one question. If an exporter is in DEL list and their appeal is pending at DGFT, what will be the procedure to update his IEC number?
Are you unable to, like, your IC is in DL, what do you want to update with it? Like, you want the mandatory updation that is required, that is what you want to do? If I could find out whose question this is.
If we can have a person who is asking the question can unmute his mic and ask. think there is some connectivity problem.
So simple thing, please mail us. I will find out the exact procedure and send it across.
Okay. What is the value or quantity which an exporter can import duty-free annually and allowed by customs either through air or sea mode without applying for zero duty license?
I am not aware of this. If anyone could take this.
Please repeat the question.
What is the value or quantity which an exporter can import duty-free annually and allowed by customs either through air or sea mode without applying for zero duty license?
I don't think there is any scheme or provision like this. If the gentleman knows, he can let us know.
Okay, Mr. Paramjit, if you can write it specifically to council, will help you in that context. Okay, how can we learn the whole process of export documents needed in DGFT, customs, bank, etc. as a new exporter? We are confused with the departments and documents.
This is a very pertinent question. Please go to the websites. Please go. First thing you can do is YouTube. I am of that generation where I just say, if you see an authentic YouTube video source, please go through that. A little bit of research is required. It is very rare that somebody will give it to you step by step ki ye karna hai, but do a little bit of study, do a little bit of research. As far as DGFT is concerned, the documentation required is there in the policy procedures if you read it with the appendices and the ANF. In addition, if you tell us, if you send a mail to us, or if you give us a service request, we'll let you know what documentation is required.
Okay.
Please also go through the Indian Trade Portal. The portal managed by FIO for the ministry.
Right.
It is almost up to date. Please go through that.
Okay. Okay. Can we have any more questions? If not, I think we can take one or two more questions, not more than that, I guess.
Meanwhile, I will just mention what Indian sir said about Indian Trade Portal.
Okay.
It's a great initiative. You can put in either the description, short description, or the HS code of your product. You can find out what the policy pertaining to the product is. You can find out what the customs rate in different countries are. You can find out what the customs rate under different free trade agreements are. So you can do a basic assessment of what is the requirement for you to export a particular product. So please do use it as a resource. Just Google Indian Trade Portal and you'll find it.
Okay. We have a question from Mr. Vipul Parmar. I am unable to find proper my product buyer from TradeMap. I'm finding by HSN code. So Mr. Vipul ji, we can connect in this regard. You can share HSN code and product details with us. We'll help you out. What is the ceiling value? We have a question from Mr. Paramjit. What is the ceiling value for import of samples duty free by air or sea mode annually? Madam, we have one question from Mr. Paramjit. What is the ceiling value for import of samples duty free by air or sea?
I don't have this on hand. I will find out and let you know again.
Okay, no. Any more questions? I think we have resolved all the queries. If any member feels your question is unanswered, you can write it to us. We'll go through it and we'll help.
No.
I think there is a disturbance in there. I request.
Sanbhai, please mute yourself.
Sribasji and Naman Bhai, one request from all the exporters to Plex Council that why not you take up the MEIS issue with government to help send the representation to the government for releasing the MEIS so that all the exporters can come out from the situation, because in these pandemic situations people are facing a lot of liquidity crunch, and in addition to this this MAS benefits also have created further crunch in the liquidity. So please request both of you to send the representation to the government. As an Export Promotion Council, you can do it. From my association, I am sending it, but I request you also take up the matter with the government, because you day in day out you are related to Commerce Ministry, and Commerce Ministry can send the representation to the Finance Minister. Then it will help us a lot. Thank you.
Shailesh Bhai, we have sent not once, several representation on MAS. Today around 2 o'clock, I have sent another representation has gone to DGFT office Delhi. So we are following it up. It is not that we're not doing, we are following it up. We'll definitely, I think government is also, but they have a fund crunch, what sir mentioned. Let us see. Probably,
I know that
something
you
will
are
happen.
doing your best, sir, but again, that you as human mentality,
Yeah, I know.
I could not refrain myself as the head of the association that I should represent it again, sir.
No problem. No, we'll do it. We'll do it. Today only we have sent it another one in the morning, around 2 o'clock.
Thank you, sir. Yes, no.
Okay. Yeah, if we don't have any questions, we can wrap up this session.
Yes.
We thank our speaker of the day, Shri Muthuraj ji, Shri R. Muthuraj, ITS Additional DGFT Ahmedabad, and Miss Maitri Naidu, Assistant DGFT RA Ahmedabad. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you being here. Thanks again for joining us today. We also request you to share your feedbacks or comments about the webinar, and also let us know what subject you want to know more and in which context you would like to know more. Council will be really happy to help you to organize such webinars or activities or program. You can also follow social media channels of Plex Council. We do have so many programs coming up. Buyer seller meets are in the progress, and also there are various exhibitions are being planned in the future. So you can get it from all the social media of Plex Council. Also, you can visit Plex Council website. Plus, Council has dedicatedly designed a web mobile application for all the members. So you can go there and search for the foreign buyers. Also, you can put up your product catalog on the mobile application. So it will be helpful for foreign buyers to search about your product in the mobile application. So we request all of you to take advantage of all the services. And if you have any feedback for any future reference, please let us know. Council is there to help you and would like to continue to support to serve you better. Thank you everyone for being with us. We acknowledge the support extended by DICs for spreading about this webinar. We also acknowledge the presence of office bearer from Saurashtra Plastic Manufacturer Association, Sanand Industry Association, and all other associations who have extended support to us. I think, Shailesh bhai, if I'm not wrong, GCA is also there. So yes, so we thank all of you and all the speakers for the day. Any concluding remarks from Shailesh bhai, you or ED sir?
No, and let me thank Maitri Madam for his wonderful presentation. What she made it very nicely explained. And also, I could see that Sri Muthuraj ji, our additional DGFT, also explained very nicely. I think we need more of this type of interactions with the trade. Then probably the things will happen, because now there is a sort of an mismatch between the exporters and the bureaucracy. So this type of interaction can definitely alleviate a lot of things in future, in coming days, because these discussions would happen so nicely and very with everybody could participate. And now this taking appointment virtual meeting is a very wonderful initiative by the DGFT Ahmedabad. So I thank you very much for the initiative and efforts. A very nice presentation today I could hear. It is really helpful to the members and new exporters. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. So we are closing this session now. Sir, yes, Muthuraj sir, you want to add something?
Yes. So like I was telling, we will be very proactive from once we settle down these new premises. And we will be having a lot of initiative including the district export hub program. Thank you very much.